What don't you understand? It's one time. It's Waluigi time. It's time to make. It's time to make Skeletower. Let's do this. All right. Let's go to YouTube dashboard and make the stream exist correctly. All right. It's time to do this. All right. That's correct. Game title. This isn't on Steam yet. I'll put it in Tethered again. I should also be putting this in Stream Archive, I guess. I also need to set tags to like Skeletower. I'm surprised you can't just do this in like Streamlabs. Good enough. All right. And then bam. We're gonna go ahead and share this with the cool people on the Discord. All right. We're gonna go here to. Oh, someone already posted in the Wiki Springboard. I need to go ahead and do that. Oh wait, probably need to stop recording. Don't want to waste space on my hard drive. Now here I need to go to stream notifications. At cool people. All right, there we go. That's shared. Let's begin! Welcome everyone to Skeletower, where you play as two characters. Last time we left off, I had some pretty bad physics. They work a little bit. The main thing I was trying to do is I was trying to make it so you go up and down slopes correctly. Problem is now you can't go down, up and down them at all. In fact, you can't even move except while you're in the air. Oh great, my nose is already acting up. I love being able to breathe. Unfortunately, my allergies do not. So yeah, my my idea for being able to move is simple. I need an airspeed, a ground speed, and a de facto speed. The way it's going to work, I think, is airspeed is going to kick in whenever I'm touching the ground, or whenever I'm in the air. Ground speed is going to kick in whenever I'm on ground, but then that's going to be multiplied by my de facto speed, which is going to be determined by the slope of the ground that I'm on. I don't know. I want to give it a little bit more of a shot while I'm actually um, doing it here. Huh. Well, first thing I actually want to try is well, I need to start off by opening up my project. Let's do that first, actually. So yeah, first thing I'm going to try is I'm going to go ahead and actually see if I can see what I'm hitting in collision. So what I'm going to try is hit physics 2D, or I need to make a raycast hit 2D. What do you mean I can't have null? Oh, I guess I can just have it instantiated. So what we're going to say is new raycast, and then we're going to say dot. I want to see what it has access to. So it has access to rigid body, point, normal. need a transform dot position. I'm going to say vector2 dot down. Yeah, I do have to say dot position. All right. Also, I want, okay, this is an update. I want to say debug.log. Okay, now this should tell me some information. It's not. I don't know why. Did I save my thing? I did not. Alright, I am dumb. Zero, 1, that makes sense. Okay. I assume the reason it's doing this is because it's the raycast's actually hitting um my actual player. Because think about it, you have your player here, and then you have the ground underneath them. And what I think is happening is the raycast is starting at the player, and then it's going down. But it's inside the player. Thankfully, this is really easy to avoid. All I have to do is I just have to say raycast all. Then I can make a new hit. Raycast hit 2D. New hit. I'm going to say new raycast. Alright. And essentially what I'm going to do is I want to actually, I don't think I actually want the first thing I hit because that's just going to be the player again. So I'm actually going to set this to 1. It's kind of a cheap solution. Obviously, this isn't going to be in the actual thing I'm just trying to test. See what normal actually gives me. But this should give me some information. Alright. So yeah, now if I actually go onto a slope, yeah, now it's changing. So yeah, this gives me the normal vector, which is exactly what I want. What this means is, and it actually gives me the direction it's going against. Because it gives me essentially, I think this is a unit circle. Maybe. Now, let me see. If this is a unit circle, I should be able to go ahead and say 0.71 squared should be 1. That doesn't make sense. No. Wait, what? Oh, it's 0.7 squared plus 0.71 squared. And yeah, that's approximately 1. Similarly, if we have 0.38, 0.92, approximately 1 as well. It's 0.99. So yeah, this essentially gives me a unit circle vector, which is the direction away from the slope. That's pretty useful. Now, before I go ahead and actually change things, I want to, well, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and remove this. I don't really need this right now. I don't want to just have tons of console commands. But yeah, right now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and essentially reset my players' physics because they're too wonky right now. Just set everything to 1. Set my linear drag to 1. All that good stuff. And set my physics to 0.1. Alright. Now, let's see how our physics work. So I have no gravity, no linear drag, no nothing. So first of all, this gravity is significantly too small. Let's go ahead and increase it. We're just going to do this one step at a time. Where's the linear drag? Here it is. Oh, wait, no, I want to change gravity first. So let's set gravity to 20. How about that? Just as a nice starting value. So yeah, right now, that's still pretty slow. Let's increase this some more. Let's change it to 50. Alright, so now we got some weight now. You still fall a little bit too slow for my liking. Let's bump it up to 100. That's pretty good. I like that. Now let's go ahead and right now, our linear drag, do we want to increase that? Well, first of all, right now if we fall into a slope, it don't work too good, right? Yeah, as you can see, we fall off the slope. We slide. So the first thing is first, let's change our physics to be a little bit stronger. Our friction even. Let's set this to 1. Okay. Unfortunately, now we're too slow that we can't overcome the friction value that's upon us. So something we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and I'm not going to be in that mode. I'm going to go here. So we're going to go ahead and increase our movement speed. So let's increase it to 10. So now if we go ahead and do this, whoa, we move so fast now. It's so cool. That's also not what we want. That's way too fast. Let's decrease it to about 1. No, that's what we had before. I'm stupid. No, back. Let's increase it to 3. I mean, that should be a good place to start. Yeah, now we can move. That's pretty cool. But we still slide. And I want this to be something like New Super Mario Bros. Wii, where you don't slide on slopes. Most games you don't. This is the problem with using real physics, but it's okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to increase our friction to 2. Unfortunately, this means we're going into the ground harder, which means we're being taken advantage of by friction even harder. I shouldn't say that. So that works okay. But we still slip a little bit. So let's increase friction to 3. Can we still move? That's the first question. We still move a little bit, but we're a little bit slow. But hey, we don't slide. So now let's go ahead and increase our movement speed. Let's increase it to 5. Nothing crazy, but I want to be able to go up slopes. but our base movement speed should be fine. Also, if we're in air, we have a lot more speed. I guess that's first things first. Actually, one thing I want to do is I'm going to update. I'm just going to have this little method. So we just start at the top if we ever fall off. If transform dot position dot y is less than -10. Let me actually make sure this is right. How low is this? -20. Less than -25. Dot position equals 10. There we go. So now if we fall off, it'll teleport us back up to the top. So yeah, right now we have infinite falling, and that's a problem in a little bit of ways. First of all, we don't go down low enough, and we don't go high enough. Is my chat just not updating? Nope, just no one's talking. Dang. Hey, welcome to the stream, Jacko. This is stream 2 because that was tethered. This is Skeletower. It's the same project, but significantly changed enough that I'm restarting. Not to mention, I know so many better skills now, so it just makes more sense to restart. Alright, so first things first, you still don't go up slopes, but that's honestly fine. So your ground move speed's okay. But you still move really fast in air. Let's change this to 50 actually. Alright, so now what I want to test is just... So our fall speed can get pretty fast right now, I think. And our momentum actually caps out pretty quickly. We can end up going really fast with our other direction. So I think we need a little more linear drag. Alright, so yeah, I think we need a little more linear drag. So let's set linear drag to 2. That is not the right thing. I need to set it here. So as you can see, now we fall a little bit slower, but that's okay. I'm okay if your max speed is higher. Right, I think that's okay. Alright. Linear drag is going to be set to 1. This will cause me to fall faster, and I can move a lot faster in air, but I'm going to do this differently, where I basically have a different air speed, ground speed, and de facto speed. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to make, first of all, a enum ground type. Do I really need that? Yes, because I might have ice physics later. So a few types of air, or types of ground types we're going to have are air. We're going to have ground, and we're going to have ice. This also means we're going to need a ice tag here. I guess this goes in layers. There we go. I'm not going to work on ice right now, but that'll be an option later. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a physics 2D. Well, I guess I should start off by doing a raycast 2D. Raycast hit 2D. Oh wait. Hit equals. Actually, I should use a box cast as well. So we're going to start at transform dot position minus or plus vector free dot down, because I want this to start at its feet. And how tall are my blocks? They're like 2, right? Yeah, they're two blocks tall. That means I need to go down by 1. vector2 dot size. What's going to be vector2 dot 0.5. I should just make it a new vector2. That's going to be 0.5. And this is going to be 0.1. All right, next we have angle. That's going to be 0. Float distance. All right, this should work. Now what I need to do is I need to say for raycast hit 2D. Actually, I'm going to rename this to hits. Hit for hit. That's just a Java notation. All right, will for each actually work? No? No? Okay. For each type variable. Oh, in. Damn you, C, and using the human language. I only speak in ones and zeros. Alright, but yeah, so what we can do now is we can say if was my main inspirations for Skeletower? I would say probably New Super Mario Bros. Wii, um, specifically the tower levels, as I remember doing those with the no ground challenges and the no jumping challenges, and those were pretty tough, and it was annoying because of the controls, and I think that was a huge inspiration. I would also say that Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze was an inspiration for the combining mechanic that I'm going to implement. Celeste probably was an inspiration for the dash and how that's going to work physically. I would say that Pizza Tower is probably going to be an inspiration in the art direction. Not necessarily the art style, but just maybe for like, I guess just as an inspiration in general. And yeah, that's what I would say are probably the biggest inspirations of the game. Alright, so what we can say is if hit I'm also going to make a player type of ground. Maybe I should make these capitalized. Caps locked. It's fine, actually. I'm going to set its layer to player. Maybe ice should be a... Yeah. I'm actually going to remove that as a layer. And I'm going to switch it over to being a tag. And the reason I'm doing that is because tags are more things to be hit by raycasts, while layer is more things for like lighting, I think. Yeah, we'll have something called ice, and we'll have something called player. Okay, so it doesn't save when you hit enter. Instead, it closes your window. That's so funny. What the hell? Can I add a new tag? What the hell? Can I add a new tag? Or is this just a lie? New tag name. New tag. Oh, I might be being stupid. Hold up. There already is a player tag. No wonder. I'm just stupid. Okay, got it. But yeah, the reason I'm making a player thing is that way if it's a player, I can bounce off of them. Oh yeah, I should probably do this as well. This should be 0.5, this will be like 0.4. 0.45. Just as a test. Gosh, I hate my nose. Also, I'm not sure if I said it, but welcome, TMC. So yeah, we're going to make a switch based off of my hits. So hit dot game object or collider dot game object. All right, and now we're going to make different cases for this. A switch statement is essentially just a series of if statements. They're just really easy to use. So basically now I basically say, what this whole for each section is saying, or this entire raycast is saying, is, all right, look at the bottom of your, or look at your feet, what's below it. And it basically takes a box and slides it down a little bit, and it sees what's below you. And the way it does that is, so it basically takes that box and sees what's below you, but it captures anything in that box. This includes yourself, any colliders underneath you. It could hit, you know, maybe some particle effects or something. So all that fun stuff. So now what I'm doing is I'm going through it by saying for each, so for all those colliders that it's hitting, is it going to hit yourself? If it is, throw that info away. Does it hit nothing else? If it just doesn't hit anything else, then you hit air and it'll return air. And yeah, all that fun stuff. Something else we need is a round type. Yeah, I'll just call it ground type. And now, at the end of this, I'll return ground type. I'm assuming it's yelling at me because, yeah, unassigned. So I'll just set that to air right now. Also, I'm gonna capitalize these. I like to capitalize enums. Or I like to caps lock enums. Even none of you are listening. You must listen. It's on the test. Yeah, that's the whole reason I'm recording this. I want anyone who follows this. You can make Skeletower yourself if you really want to. Put in hundreds of hours. But yeah, I want everything I do to be documented on this, just to show what I do. That's why I haven't worked on it before this. So, case, so that means, oh wait, no, I do need to actually put in a tag. So, in case the tag is I think it's a string. I don't think I want parentheses here. I need a break statement. Okay, yeah, that's what I was complaining about. So yeah, let's start off with the easy stuff. So case. So case. What case are we looking at right now? Let's start off with the basic one, ground. So this means you've hit ground. Actually, I'm gonna make this default. So yeah, the default case is going to be set, or not set, it's going to be ground type equals ground. Then I can say, oh yeah, I need to say break after this. Switch statements are weird like that. You have to say break, because technically, like you could say case player, break. If you don't have this break here, it'll automatically just go to the next case. Yes, there will be a test at the end of all this. I hope you understand programming. So yeah, if hit dot collider dot game object equals this dot game object equals this game object, control cannot fall through. Huh? Label case player. will get an F. Oh no, even an E. E. Maybe it's because I don't have parentheses around this. That might fix it. It did not. Oh, I think it's because my if statement isn't done yet. Yeah. So yeah, what this is essentially saying is if I hit a player and that player is myself, well, I don't want to do anything because obviously I'm going to hit myself because that's what a box collider all does. Else, just to be pretentious, I'll make this an else statement. Actually, I don't need to. I can just literally just say if not this. And I don't care about the state where it isn't. Use proper formatting, please. Alright, so now we should be able to detect when we hit a player that isn't ourselves. Cool! I wanted to do that. Yeah, assembly counts as a programming language. I've written some assembly before. It's definitely writing a language. Alright, so what's the thing that I want to do? Here's something I want to do. Private ground type. I'm actually just going to call it curve ground type. And now in fixed update, one of the first things it's going to do is this. That's not what I want. That is the link to the stream. Yep, it sure is. So yeah, now every fixed update it'll actually detect if you are on the ground or what you're on top of. It'll update that to that global variable. add the link to the stream in the game. That's just part of the code. Oh, I did say that I was going to make one part of the game just something vital. That's just something completely random. Like I'm gonna make like a can of beans that if you delete it from the game's code, everything breaks. It does nothing. Oh, but if you delete it, everything breaks. You just can't play the game anymore. Randomness. I don't know actually what random events I'm going to have in this game, but if I do have random events, I'm going to make them repeatable. So like if you don't do the exact same actions every time, then maybe it'll be different. However, if you go ahead, you don't like every random event's going to trigger a random event seed. Sort of like Mario 64. In Mario 64, if you go ahead and you do a random event, it'll go ahead and then take that number that you spit out and use that as the seed for the next random event calculation. It spits that out, and that gets used for the next one, etc., etc. And it just loops on, back on in itself. And I'll make all the vital parts of the game like, oh, will this thing shoot a red or a black bullet? Alright, that's decided by randomness. Will this thing explode after 30 seconds or 45? How long does it take? Well, if that's a random event, every time you call that, it'll be random, but it'll only be pseudo-random. And the reason I'm going to do that is, if you're playing speedrunning, I don't want it to be based off of luck. I want you to be able to say, oh crap, I made 32 mistakes, and oh no, that means this is going to, be inconsistent. Now, it'll be really hard to track the randomness. I'm not going to just make it as easy as, oh, yeah, you played a game, you'll get it. But yeah, I mean, that'd be fine. That way, you play the game, especially if you want to task it, it'll be consistent. So yeah, here. Pizza Tower randomizes the visual of the collectible. Yeah, small stuff like that I'm not going to randomize. Maybe, like dust particles, I'm not going to influence a randomization machine. But maybe something like, oh, you collect a collectible, that's random. Okay, that'll change it, because you can determine how many collectibles you have, like main collectibles. Oh yeah, I need to do this as well. I'm actually going to change this thing's name to set ground var. This way I can also set the ground angle. Do I want it to be a float? Nah, I'll make it a vector too. So yeah, ground normal. All right. So now we have this. What does this do? Well, now I can say, first of all, because I'm not setting the ground type here, I can set it here. I don't even have to have a return statement. I'm not returning anything. Void. Secondly, this can be just ground type. Cur ground type, actually. I'm also going to set ground normal equals vector 2.0. And then if I am on the ground, I'm going to say normal. Equals hit dot normal. Yeah. Bada boom, bada bing. Now what we have to do is the funny thing. We have to do the funny haha moment. Wait. Okay, if I hit ground, it should only do this once. Oh, it's already breaking once. Crap. No, I can't do that. Oh well. So now what I can do is in fixed update, first of all, I need to make a couple more speed variables. So I'm going to make move speed air, serialized field, private, float, move speed, ground. And I'm going to make serialized field, private, float, move speed sloped, multiplier. Actually, this should be up in, um, up here in physics values. Private, float, slope, speed, multiplier. So now what we have to do is this. We basically have to say, we have to put a ternary expression in here where it's ground, cur ground type, dot equals ground type. So if you're on the ground, then it's going to do something funky. Else it'll be ground speed air, or move speed air. So here what it's going to do is it's going to say move speed ground times slope speed multiplier. So the slope speed multiplier should actually be... So you have a perfectly vertical slope, or you have a flat piece of ground, you're going to have a normal of 0, 1. That means you're going to be, you have a upward slope that's 0, 1, right? So you have 0, 1. I want this to have a slope speed multiplier of 0 then. However, if you have it like this, that means their upwards value is going to be less than 1. No, I could just take the x value, because this will be 0, 1. So I say 0. Oh wait, it's not always going to be a multiple of 0 and 1. It will be if I take the absolute value of it, though. I can't do this, though. No, I can just add it to it, whatever. No, I can't. Because I want this to be a multiplier. But what happens if it's 0? I shouldn't just not move if it's 0. Whatever, I'll make it plus. Yeah. Then this should be multiplied by ground angle, ground normal, dot x. Yeah. Except this has to be the absolute value of it. Dot absolute value. Alright, see ya, Jackal. Have a good one. Ah yes, just some simple math. What the hell is this? Wait. Oh. Alright, so let's see if this works. So gravity's still that. Set slope speed multiplier, we'll set that to 1. That is the wrong thing. That actually might have been okay. That works a little bit. Alright, so that works for air. Alright, next thing, let's go ahead and add in the ground again. So I can't move right now, that's fine. Now what I do, I can increase my ground move speed. Increase that to 5. And I can increase my de facto speed. Increase that to 100. Still can't climb slopes. That's weird. Alright, now I should be able to climb slopes. I'm actually, before I do that, I'm going to save. Just to make sure. Just to make sure, you know, anything bad happens, that it doesn't break everything. Still going really slow. Huh, something's wrong with my code, I guess. I saved, right? Yeah. Now it's the time to find the bug. Alright, so we're going to do this. Base feed. Boom. And now I can debug.log this. Now this will give me some information. Also, it makes my code slightly nicer. Now it's 5. Now it's 1. Why is it 1? It's 1 now. Could it be that? It might be. It went from 5 to 1. That shouldn't happen. Oh, I see. It thinks I'm still airborne. Which makes sense, because I decreased that and I made this, yeah. Still only 5. It's at least saying that I'm grounded, though. Oh, it still says it is 5, but it's because that one's on the ground. So if I hit that gritty, okay. Oh, if it stops scrolling, that explains it. So, yeah. Now, okay. So that might be a bit too much speed. So it's not hitting it here, which is weird. This should be hitting it. I'm not getting any speed at all, though, which is weird because I should be able to get speed here. The only reason I can't get speed here is because it thinks that I'm in the air when I'm on this corner. Oh, that's just like the second counter. Okay. But yeah. And then I'm on player. I don't have anything for player yet. So yeah, it was thinking that I was on ground right there, not on a slope. Why it thought that, I don't know. Let's find out. So what I assume was happening is um my box cast wasn't working. It's not going down enough. It's going down a little less. So it starts off at 0.05 away from that. Its size is 0.45, 0.1. So it doesn't make sense. And it's going down an additional 0.15. So it should be able to see that little corner of ground. I don't know why it can't, though. Yeah, Kerr ground type plus base speed normal. And add space in there just for good luck. So this will give me a lot more information. So yeah, player 1, ground 5. Player 1, air 1. So that time it actually worked. Let me do this as well. Let me add a wall. Put it right down here. Let me move that out here, actually. Gosh, I hate these stupid allergies. What I would give to not have these stupid ass allergies all the time. It might be that, actually. Yeah, that's probably it. I think that this is too small, the X value. It's 0.45, which means if you're 0.05 away on the X, you will miss it. Nope, still recognizing it as air. Alright, so I don't know what's actually causing this. I wish these allergy medicines would work. Instead, I have a gallon of Kleenexes over in a trash can off screen. Not a gallon, it's more than that. We have origin. It's down by 0.95. Transform that position minus 0.95. It should be going from here down 9.5. So it is starting like right here. Never peek Mario's Maw. Oh damn, I missed it. I'll have to watch that after the stream. But yeah. So it should be at the right position right now. I just don't understand why it's not working then. Because it should be starting at the very base of each of these players. Then it should go ahead and go down by like, even that should just be clipped into the ground already. Because it's a box cast. Let me just increase this a lot. Let's make that something ridiculous, like 1. Now it has to work. If it doesn't, that's bullshit. Okay, good. Now it's actually working. Let's try this. So it still sees that as there. Why? Hold on. That's my problem. You see how it's detecting that I'm over air? That's wrong. Yep. Gosh, my freaking nose. This should fix it. The problem is I thought that it was half a box collider. So like if you have the box collider like this, I thought it was like this is 0.5, this is 0.5, because it's extending from the middle, right? So you have the middle of the box right here. So I was expecting it to be like, okay, so you set the box collider's width to be 0.5, so it's going to be 0.5 here, 0.5 here. But no, 0.5, it was like 0.5 here to here. So because I was on the slope, I was missing this little portion that it was actually on. Now, everything will go flying. Boom. Who could have guessed? I did. I hate stuff like that where it doesn't tell you. That's not enough of a multiplier yet. Not quite. Not quite. How about 50? You wonder if Mario Goes Mom recorded like 100 videos. I wonder. I mean, like in that case, it wouldn't really be a daily thing. I doubt it. Alright, so my slope speed still hasn't improved. Alright, so we need to make this even larger somehow. I don't think this is actually the right call. Just trying it. Because right now you go really fast on small slopes. It's still not enough to climb these. A 1,000 has to be enough, right? Come on. You're telling me that 1,000 isn't enough? Alright, we're going to wacky numbers now. 100,000. You're telling me 100,000 ain't enough. Alright, something is clearly wrong. There is one thing that I can try. Let's set this down to 10. What I'm going to try is, instead of making my base speed multiply my slope speed, I'm also going to have it multiply by the normal direction. Kind of. Or I'm going to rotate it by the normal direction. Kind of. Sure, but the mock could be from like 100 days ago and we wouldn't know. Yeah, I guess you're right. Alright, so how do we do this? See, instead of saying base speed dot right times base speed, it could be because of gravity as well. That's probably a part of it. This actually needs to be inverted. So yeah, flat ground will now give you a value of 0, 1 or 1, 0. If you're going left, it's going to multiply it by that again. So if you go right from here, and you are climbing a slope, that's going to be negative. So I think actually I have to make this negative. So if you're climbing a 45-degree slope that's like this means ground normal is going to be negative. your speed to the right's going to be positive. So yeah. Let's try this. That jump actually gave me enough distance. Oh, if I'm in the air, I can't actually do anything. There we go. Alright. Let's increase the slip speed multiplier. Still not going up. What the hell? I go up when I jump, but that shouldn't happen. Let me see what it actually says for my velocity. So I should have a positive velocity of 53. Yet I'm getting nothing. I don't get it. Like, you'd think if I'm going up by 53, that'd be going up, you know? Let me put in something wacky here again. Yeah, I'm going up by 5,000. You're saying that's not enough speed? That was interesting. When I jumped, it moved me anyways. Why did it move me? That's not something it should have done. It's increasing my jump height as well. That shouldn't happen. What the hell? Why am I able to jump on the slope without any jump height? What the heck? And the stronger of a slope, the higher I'm able to jump, because I'm not able to jump here. But I am able to jump here. What the hell? What the hell is this? I'm not able... Oh, it's probably because I'm on a negative slope. What the hell is this? So I'm able to jump on a positive slope. What the hell? Alright, something goofy's going on. So my base speed is... So if I'm on the ground, it's a new vector 2 of current direction vector. Hmm. Oh, wait. I think I get it. That's interesting. No, that still doesn't make sense. I was gonna say that because my current direction vector is 1, 0 or something, but no. Wait, it is. It's multiplied. I think I get it. So when we jump, it actually sets our vector on the current direction vector to some positive value. This positive value, because normally it's a 0 when I'm sitting still, it's 0, 0. But when I'm moving left and right, it doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, so something is wrong. How do I fix this? Let me think. Do I have to multiply this by time the delta time? I don't. Okay, so because I'm not normally moving, it's 0, 0. Okay, it makes sense now, at least. So basically, any angling that I have doesn't matter unless I actually change my direction vector. Hmm. Now I have a 1. Should it be a 1 though? Not really. I think it could be math absolute value that. Because now it should just bounce me up whenever I'm sitting still on one. Which will be a bit wacky if my theory is correct. Or I just can't move. Got it, got it. What? Why can I not move? Oh, we just time that delta time. Interesting. See, I am bouncing like I thought I would, but that's easy enough to fix. I'm not going to bounce on the leftward slope, I don't think. But that's what I expected. That's fine. I can fix this now. The good news is we have a starting point. There we go. So now it should work. Now we shouldn't bounce, but we should be able to go up slopes. Oh wait, no. This needs to be X, not Y. Yeah, because now if we're moving at all, or if we're holding any direction, it'll boost our Y speed. Of course, when we're going on a leftward facing slope, does bad, obviously. It means we can't go up, because essentially now it's going reverse on us. There we go. This might work. It might still fail, but I think this should work. It's really stupid physics, but it should do what I wanted to do. Yep. As you can see, now I can climb slopes, I can go down slopes. Now our slope speed is way too high. Also, I think our base speed is just way too high. Yeah, I'm so slidey. I can go wee so quickly. That's a little too fast. So move speed ground. Let's set that to 200. There we go. The only thing is you fall when you do that, so I think you should actually be pushed down into the ground in that case. This should help fix one little problem of bouncing off of the player. Oh, I guess I need to increase my jump force. Alright, there we go. Now the bounces should be consistent. You don't do a weird bounce at first because you are hitting them. Now, yep, you just do a normal bounce. This way you don't get stuck. Okay, that's an issue. You can stick to walls. Alright, to prevent this, we're increasing gravity. Increase it to 200. And now you slide right off the wall. Unfortunately, now we need some more movement speed. Also, I think we fall way too fast. We might need to create some more linear drag. Yeah. We need some more move speed, ground. We'll set that to 400. Might want it to be a little less than that. Maybe more like 300. Looks like it's working pretty good. We need to increase our jump height again. Let's increase it to 80, I think. I think I'm too slow still. I'm gonna increase it to 350, I think. Our move speed on the ground. Alright, that seems to work pretty good. You sort of get stuck on your players. Bit funny. Let's decrease the slope speed multiplier. Can I still climb steep slopes? I can. I'm still seen as in air though. So something I need to calculate is if the slope is going down, then pressing right should make me go, or pressing the direction of the slope should make me go down. Huh. More math. No. It shouldn't be math absolute value. Starball 2 music isn't used very often. I know, it's so sad. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a sort of variable that basically checks, is the direction I'm going equivalent to the direction of the slope? Dir match. Then we got the Red Star theme. So if he's match, it's going to be this dot sign. Alright, does it have sign? No. Probably in Math F. So if my ground normal dot x is negative, and my player is going negative, So now if it's negative, so let's say my slope is like this. Well, let's say my slope is like this, so it's positive, and my player presses positive, right? So now my ground normal is going to be like this, which means it's going to have a negative x. So that gets negative, so now it's positive. And my curve direction x is going to be positive. So this will match. So now I can say this, my y direction is going to be not math.absolute value ground normal. Well, it will be. But it's going to be multiplied by match slope. If they do match, it's going to be another ternary question. So if they do match, it's going to be multiplied by 1. Otherwise, it's going to be negative 1. Wow, what a simple piece of code. Like I said, game physics are very important. But gosh, that is very complicated. And we haven't even talked about rotating the character. Thankfully, it shouldn't be too hard to adapt now. But yeah, now you don't fall off the ground. When you go right, it now pushes you down into the ground. So yeah. You also go really fast down slopes, but I think that's good. I want the player to be able to get momentum. But I don't want them to, have something wacky. I think gaining speed when going down a slope, I think that makes sense. I'm honestly pretty happy with that, not gonna lie. It's not perfect, but I think it works. That's definitely better from last time. How long have we been streaming? 2 hours? Yep, 2 hours, 10 minutes. Honestly, not bad. I don't think I'm gonna do the rotation stuff yet, where you can basically change gravity. That'll be later, but this should be code that can be adaptable. So yeah, cool. Let's put on some more music. Let's make the dash mechanic now. I think it's time. Where's my Super Mario Galaxy 2 OST? There we go. Super Mario Galaxy 2! So yeah, that's the basic character controller. Now it's time to make dash. Oh yeah, I need that. That's what I was thinking of. All right. So we're just gonna make some states. I'm gonna make normal. I'm gonna make dead. I'm going to make a dashing state. I'm going to make a um, whatever states do I want? Do I really need any other states? Probably not. There we go. Hide an inspector. We'll actually hide it in the inspector. It does. Also, I want to move this up with the rest of them. Wait, this should be a switch statement. I'm gonna make a switch statement here. So in a normal state, I'm gonna do this. Um, no, I'll leave it as, I'll make a default thing that just says break. Alright, cool. All of this is gonna be case normal. Also here at update, I can say, um, alright. Now we can only jump once. This should remove our double jumps. Yep, we can only jump once now. That's good. Cool. Now we're gonna make dashing. Alright, it's time to make tweenable. It's finally time to do it. Oh boy. I guess we don't have to make a tweenable class. Well, we need to make a tweenable script. So we're going to call this tween. Here we're going to have a private game object array called objects. And there we go. Actually, I want a list of game objects. Do I? I should. I don't really like using lists, though. Unity makes them annoying. Whatever. Private list game object. Objects. Start. Objects equals new list. Here we go. Actually, I think I should make a struct for this. Public struct. I'm going to call this tweening object. What have I used for structs before? Do I usually use capitalize? No, I usually use camel case. Alright. So what we're going to have in tweening object is a float called time remaining. Here we're going to have a then we're going to have a game object called game object. Now what I'm going to do is in list, instead of holding a list of game objects, I'm going to have a list of tweening objects. Here we go. Then we're going to have a public void. And then we're going to call this start tweening. Game object. Game object. To tween. And I'm going to want a float time to tween. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take objects dot add game object to tween. New no, what I need to say is tweening object object to add
equals new tweening object. Then I'm going to say object add dot game object. These need to be public. All right, so now we're going to be able to set this to the tweening object. Object to tween. Or game object to tween. It's not gonna let me do this, is it? Yeah, no. All right, there we go. I'm actually going to call it tween position. To reorganize this a little bit, make it look pretty. Enum. I'm making this just in case I have a thing in the future where I want to be able to tween rotation as well. Alright, so game object to tween. Time to tween. Time to tween. And then we can say, finally, tween value equals that. Dot tween value equals position to tween 2. Oh wait, but a vector free is still a struct. This is actually kind of a problem. I need a pointer to it. Let me see if there's wrapper classes for vector free. Okay, so I can't do that. The main problem with this is that it won't track my player. It'll only go to where my player last was. There we go. Now we're going to copy this over. We're going to have another version of this. Honestly, we should just make this a generic. I love this song. It's just so calm. Tween type. to be camel case. Value to tween two. Object to match. Alright, there we go. Now we can make it this have less stuff. Yeah, we won't need this. They've got 12-year-olds in VS? What? I do not know what you mean. In Visual Studio? I doubt they are they're grinding up 12-year-olds and putting them inside of Virtual Studio. Your time to tween is -5 years? Oh, you mean like that sort of tween? Oh, like the age, like 11 and 12. No, but what I'm using tween as, there's a real library, and I'm pretty sure there's a real library called tween. Yeah, I used it before. And the way tweening works is essentially, let's say I want a cube, and I want that cube to move over time to a different position. Now, I could code this up for every single cube that I want to go to that position, but that takes a long time if I want to do that. So instead what I'm doing is writing a tween class, which will essentially let me put in a object and a position that I want to go to, and then it'll go to that object over a set amount of time. It'll look really cool. Now the only problem with that is I don't know if I want it to just go to a position, or if I want it, you know, like I'm gonna want my heart and the skeleton to actually fly out to the other skeleton. But what if that skeleton moves? You know, then the heart's just gonna go to an empty space, and that doesn't make any sense. So I'm making two different versions, basically using one private method that's going to be called by these public methods to be filled out. So then you'll be able to say, okay, I want to tween to a position, and it'll tween to a position. But if I want to tween to a game object that's moving around, then it'll actually track that game object and follow it. I'm also going to be making a similar thing for coroutines, because coroutines suck. I hate coroutines. Coroutines are a very bad thing. They work until you want to stop a coroutine, and then it doesn't work. Then you can say, stop coroutine. What coroutine? This coroutine. The coroutine I'm plugging in. It'll be like, And it's like, oh, I want a method, and I want it to do something, but I want it to actually wait a couple seconds. Oh, crap. Now I have to write a coroutine for this one specific little thing. It requires all these stupid little variables, and it's so freaking annoying. I hate coroutines. Screw coroutines. They suck. So I'm making my own coroutine method that'll actually work. Anyway, so back to this. So we're just going to, here for tween position, it's really easy. We're just going to say tween value. And for the parameters, we're just going to pass in the game object. We're going to pass in the tween type is going to be tween type.position. The value to tween to is going to be, oh crap. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have a tweener in here. I'm going to have an object that has this class on top of it. So I'll have to do that too, but that's fine. I can make that pretty quickly. Anyway, so what's next? So value to tween. So I have the tween type. Now I need the value to tween to. Object to match. This is going to be null. This is the position one. And then float time to tween. So that's all it does. Anyway, next method. Public I'm actually going to write basically the same thing. I'm just going to copy and paste this. The only difference is this is going to, instead of having a vector placed between two, I'm going to have a game object, object and match. Sounds useful so you don't have to repeat code. Yep, that's exactly why I'm doing it. This is like these two classes, tween and weight, have been on my mind since before I've thought of this well, not since before I thought of this project, but since before I started this version. I would say it's been on my mind for the last like 3 weeks, just on how I'm going to make these methods because screw the originals. They suck. So vector free dot, I don't really want it to be 0, 0 because things might actually want to tween to 0, 0. And I need a way to tell it that I don't want it to do that. Um, yeah, I'll just make it an infinite. Uh, whatever, I'll add a little extra information. Oh wait, no, I don't have to do that. Never mind. Dot 0. And it's going to be object to match. And then time to tween is going to be just time to tween. So yeah, in my actual code that's going to tween the object, I don't actually have to worry about if I have a vector free.0, because even if I have that, it's whether there's a game object will tell it. If there's no game object, it uses vector free. It'll use that. If there is an object, it'll use that. So this should work. I'm not going to put in the rotation code right now because I don't feel like it. Let's go ahead and actually make some actual code for what it's supposed to do. Let me put this here. Public, static, tween, tweener. And now we're going to make at start, we're going to say this, or tweener equals this, equals this. Boom, now I have a public static reference to it, so now I can always just say, hey, I need a tweener. Here's a tweener. Bam, got it. I should also add in a little safeguard, so you can't tween something to two different values. Alright, so this is just a safeguard in case I try to tween the same thing twice. So like if I try to tween the heart and then tween it to something else so it's going to two different positions at once, now it'll just not add the second thing. It's just a little safeguard to make my code a little bit not terrible. Now I want to say tween type. Alright, that's simple. So for each object, I'm going to say oh. So I see the problem. I can't actually modify the values because I'm copying a struct, which is technically individual data types. It's a primitive, technically. Uh, um, I don't know if I'm allowed to do this. I kind of want to just use a for loop because that would work. However, because I'm using a list and not an array list, or not an array, I'm not sure if it keeps all the data continuous. Let me look it up. Alright, this is being useless. Can I please see what a list is?
All right. So I think it's continuous. Maybe. Um. Oh wait, I'm stupid. Of course it's continuous. Yes, college is definitely useful for learning code. I was being stupid though, right here. Yes, lists are continuous, which means all the you don't have a null spot, because that's the thing I was worried about. Because if I go while it's not null, it wouldn't work. But this should work. For int I equals 0, I is less than um, objects dot length or size. Don't you dare say there's not a size function. Last. Dot count. Plus plus I. Get? No. This wouldn't actually work. Because if I put all the values into an array, it'll just copy everything over because it's a struct. There might not be a way to do this.
Where is it? There has to be some way of doing it. Yes, this is me making my own game, The Slayer of Cheese. Also awesome name. Right now I'm trying to figure out a way to modify every element in a list of structs. Let's see what AI has to say about that. I'm going to ask ChatGPT. Let's see how good it is. In Unity, how can I modify a piece of from every struct wait, my struct list. Alright, it's just using it as an array. Alright, I'll try it. No yeah. Cannot modify the return value of list tween. Yeah. Do I have to make my own damn linked list too? If I do, that kind of sucks. I think I might have to make my own linked list because I don't think this is gonna work because yay. Let me see one more thing. Oh. No. So yeah, list, tween. That tweening object. Is it? There's no way. Can you just say equals? No. So what it's saying is I can copy the tweening thing. Oh, I see, I see. I get it. That is sneaky. Tweening object, object equals objects I. So yeah, what I can do is this. Then I can say temp object dot time remaining equals minus equals 1, or time dot delta time. All right, ChatGPT is actually smart, I guess. He's gonna be so bunkers. Um, it's a little inspired by Pizza Tower, probably in a art direction, I'd say. More into like maybe some of the stylization. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't worked on the art yet, but most of my inspiration is probably from New Super Mario Bros. Wii and U, not Pizza Tower, surprisingly. Mostly because I'm basing this off of sort of a challenges that I did where I tried to beat the game without, well, New Super Mario Bros. Wii and U without jumping or touching the ground. That's the real thing that's inspiring me. But I know with Pizza Tower, it's definitely coming out, or with Pizza Tower being out so soon, it definitely has some inspiration. Alright, so yeah, we have minus equals time dot delta time. So yeah. Now what we do is we just say objects I equals temp object. Yeah, it's going to be interesting doing it all by myself. Here's a quick demo of what I have so far. Remember, this is only stream 2, so I haven't had that much time to work on it. But so far we've gotten actual basic player movement in. So now you can move, you can jump. I don't know why he jumps so high. Um, okay, so I broke something. I haven't tested this in a while. Believe it or not, you're not supposed to be able to jump infinitely. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. Something seems wrong. Oh, that's it. Now I remember. It's because in player controller I added this, but I never actually changed the requirements. Whoops. Yeah, I made it so now you can die, the main mechanic, but this needs to be minus. Yeah, that's definitely one of it. The skeleton to coffin is definitely inspired by Pizza Tower. But yeah, now it works. The problem is I was trying to implement the dying mechanic. But yeah, now you can also do this. So right now, it doesn't actually work because obviously I haven't implemented it yet because I'm working on tweening right now. But yeah, you can do this where pressing down will kill you. Obviously right now, you just stop moving. But that's going to now kill you and your heart's going to go over to the other skeleton. Fuse. I do have a couple of ideas. I haven't talked about that yet that much. So the main two characters are going to be the two skeletons that you unlock. Um, I'm not really sure about the motivation for you to start the game from the very start, but basically you're going to enter the tower as a living person. You're going to climb up the first couple of sections, and this is going to be like level 0. Just teach you the movement. It might have a couple of prompts, but this should be fast to platform for. Like, I'll have stairs. Okay, you gotta learn to jump. But if you want to, you can also jump against a wall and do some wall jumps up, and that'll be also really fast. So that'll be like 2 rooms. You make it up to the top, and it's like, haha, here's the boss, mad scientist with the disintegrator. He goes ahead, pulls the trigger, you dodge or something. He might not even fire it. Instead, he just flips a lever, and trapdoor opens beneath you. You fall through the tower, past that section you just climbed, but then instead of just landing at the bottom floor, you crash through it, and then you fall all the way back, all the way down to the very bottom of the tower. So, yeah, you just fall all the way to the bottom. Also, if you have any ideas, I greatly appreciate them. Feel free to leave them in the Discord. I have a link to my Discord on the About page, and I have a whole channel dedicated to Skeletower. So feel free to leave them there, and I will be sure to look at them. So yeah, you fall all the way to the bottom of the tower, and here, the scientist henchman, he comes in, he wheels out the disintegrator, he pulls the trigger, and he hits you. You go ahead, get lifted into the air, your skin explodes off of you, comically. You just see a bunch of like red particles, like blood. I'm not gonna make it graphic, but I'm gonna have some sort of explosion. All your bones go everywhere, and all that's left is your heart. And half of it gets disintegrated, destroyed, separated from you, whatever. So you're left with half a heart. He goes ahead, the henchman comes in with a cart. He goes ahead, picks up all your body parts, all your bones, and wheels them out. And then and then the game starts with you really moving your heart around, just squinching it around, like a little snail. And you go find your bones, and you hop inside the mouth or whatever, and you start piloting your skeleton sort of like a regular character. So this is the first beginning part of a level. And this is how you unlock your skeleton. This is the basic movement. And this goes on for the first level where I really teach you the physics of the game. And I'm going to do this through both having you just do more platforming so you get used to the jumping physics, but I'm also going to feature these coffins that will actually yeet you into the air somehow, might yeet you across the room, but what's important is you can dash out of them. So while your coffin's getting thrown into the air, you can actually pop out of it, bust through it, and that'll give you some extra distance. And that'll show you the dash mechanic that you're going to be using later in the game, when you're actually able to dash out of the other skeleton. But this goes on, you go ahead and climb up the first section, and then you go ahead and the boss is a mirror somehow. I'm going to make I'm thinking about calling the first level Funhouse Funeral or something, because another gimmick in the first level is going to be you can dash through mirrors as a breakable thing. And this gives a use to the coffins. Oh, why would I go ahead and go into the coffin when I could just jump up a ledge? Well, now that ledge has a mirror on it, and you have to dash through the mirror. Stuff like that. So, you get used to breaking mirrors, and the first boss actually is a mirror. And for the first couple of moves, you're able to use coffins. Well, I might make it so that's the only way to actually damage him. However, in his third phase, you see in your mirror a reflection of yourself. And then the boss actually spawns a clone of yourself through his mirror. And this mirror is going to be like his entire abdomen. Think like a womp, but instead of a face, he has a mirror. So out comes this clone. He's able to jump on top of it and basically get a swirling bone vortex, which then he's able to throw around. Similarly how you'll be able to do it once you unlock him. After you beat the mirror boss, you'll actually purify the other skeleton, and he'll become a part of you. And from there on out, by hitting down, you'll be able to blow up that skeleton, and his heart will basically fly towards yours. You'll be able to fuse them together, in which case, by pressing any directional input on that other skeleton that you just killed's controller, he'll actually be able to dash out of it. Just a treasure chest to mimic. That might be interesting. I'm not very good at character designs, so that sounds simple enough that I could make it. I might be able to do that. But yeah, that's the first level. And then you're able to use the other skeleton to dash out wherever you want. But yeah, that's just a general idea. The general lore of Skeletower. Anyway, let's finish up tweening. Yeah, Chester. To remove. Wait, no, I need to say objects dot remove temp object.
How long have we been streaming for? Just wondering. Ah, 3.5 hours. Wonderful. Oh wait, I need to say object.remove, and then I need to say I. Let's probably remove at. Time flies by when you're coding. Yep. Alright, there we go. Case type tween type dot position. I'm going to say game object. No, I'm going to say temp object dot object or game object dot position or dot transform dot position equals. Oh crap! We need to hold its start position as well. Alright, down here we're also going to need to say, so game object, tween type, and then we're going to say object to add, dot, original, what did I call it? Start value probably? Yeah, start. Alright, we need to put in a vector free. Start value. Game object to tween. Tween type and then start value. This is going to be game object to tween. Dot transform dot position. There we go. So now what I can say is the temp object.gameObject.transform.position is going to be equal to transform or temp object.gameObject.transform.position. No. It's going to be equal to temp object.startPosition, start value plus temp object Alright, here it's going to get a little bit complicated. Difficult for you to put them on paper. Yeah, that's understandable. I am not a very good artist, especially with character designs. I can make environments pretty well, I think. So we'll see how that goes. That's why I'm kind of making a skeleton, because I think it'll be a little bit interesting, but it won't be hard to make, or as hard. Then again, I haven't really attempted it yet, so we'll see. So temp object start value plus we're going to want our final value minus our initial value. So we're going to want temp object dot value. Actually, we need to say temp object dot object to match question mark, and then we're going to say temp object dot object to match dot position or dot transform dot position else is going to be temp object dot value tween value. So this is going to be so I need to go ahead and actually multiply this, or I need to subtract the original value from this. So minus temp value, temp object dot start value, and then I need to multiply this by that. Okay, so yeah, we need to multiply this by okay. So this is going to give us a vector to this. So we need to multiply it by a value from 0 to 1 of how far in time we are. So we can do this. 1 minus temp object dot time remaining minus or divided by temp object dot start time. All right, if I did all my math correctly, this should be correct. Because what this should essentially do is it goes ahead and it starts off by saying you take the start position, you add the vector that will take it to its final position. However, that vector is now multiplied by the percentage of time that is gone. So now if, there's only 0 seconds remaining out of the 1, you'll have 0 divided by 1. 1 minus 0, that's going to be 1. So it's going to multiply that vector by 1, and what do you know? That means it's the same vector, and bam, you have the position. So that should be correct. So yeah, this should be correct, if I'm right. Anything else for me to do here? I mean, there is, but right now, doesn't look like it. So yeah, cool. I should probably make a cancel tween thing, but I can wait to do that. I should move this inside. Oh yeah, I need to make waitable now. Imagine if we had something that could just draw what you were thinking about. That would be cool, but I think it'd be really hard to make. We don't understand the human mind completely yet. There we go. I'll use a sphere for this. I'll call it heart. All right. Nah. Wait, can I make this a public static? There we go. There we go. Now it's static. That'll make it easier. So we need to pass in the heart. So we either need to put in the heart. No, we need to put in the other player. Let's put in is player 1. If it is player 1, we're going to put in player 2. Else, we're going to put in our player 1 controller. And then we need to put float time between, which is going to be respawn time. Boom. Now we should be able to respawn. Let's update our respawn time. Let's say 5. That did not feel like 5 seconds. Let me try 20, because that didn't feel right. I'm turning on a stopwatch. Let's move it a little bit farther apart. Oh, I can move all the way down here. Five, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so I guess it was right. Let's actually change this to be like 1 now. That's a little bit too slow even. Maybe like 0.5 then. It's cutting off the last frame, in which case I should do this. There we go. Now I should always make it. Okay, interesting. Hmm. Oh, I'm dumb. This should work, I think. Yeah. Okay. That works. Uh, it is almost 2 in the morning. I think I'm gonna probably call it here. I'd say that's some good progress, though. I think I should have. I'm gonna save again. I feel like I saved. I hit play too early. So yeah, you can do this. You can send out your heart. Bam. Cool. Yeah, save. Save all here. All right. Yep.